So this is my report on the testing of water quality. My name is Mandy Alvarado Sandoval. So it says that locate a water body such as a puddle, pond, or stream, and I chose a outside dirty faucet that is connected to my house. And then it says, where is the water coming from? Larimer County bathroom sink is where I'm using my tap water. And the water that I am using for bottled water is the King Soopers brand of water that's manufactured out of Ohio. So now when I put the phosphates in the centrifuge tubes and then I shook them up and waited 5 minutes, here is let me see if I can switch this around. I will upload those, but it showed that the bottled water had the least amount of phosphates, and then outside tap, and then actually the highest phosphates was the one that was inside. So that was interesting. And then I moved on to nitrates, rinsed everything out, put it back in the water into the centrifuges and put the nitrate. This one called for 2 types of nitrate, 2 tablets to let them dissolve. And the results were, if I can get this to turn around. And again, I will upload this, that all of them were the same. The tap was a little bit darker, but they were all under the 5 ppm reading, so that is good. And then for the pH test, again, I washed and scrubbed everything out, put new water in the centrifuge tubes, and then added a tablet and shook them. And then after 5 minutes, this is what I got. The bottled water had a pH of 6, and the other 2, depending on how you wanted to look at the chart for pH, it was anywhere between 7 or 8. The part 4 for coliform bacteria, I skipped simply because I didn't know that it required a 48 hours of incubation time, which is my fault. I should have known that. And then the questions that it asked me is, why is it important to maintain water quality of environmental water sources? And that is to sustain life and keep the environment safe for reproduction. How do the test results compare for your tap water and bottled water samples? Explain which source you would prefer to consume. On data 2, the water from the bottle had less impurities and more filtration, so I'd prefer that. But I do think that part of reproduction in the wild has to have impurities as long as it's in balance. So I think for myself, while I would prefer to have less impurities to drink, I think that people should not mess with the current life balances in water in certain lakes and streams. Of the 4 water tests performed in this exercise, which is the least important in determining if the water is safe to drink, and why?